behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there, it's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got another great interview coming up in just a moment. But before we begin, don't forget there's that subscribe button and bell buttons below you there. Just click both of them and you'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And if you'd like to leave a comment on the comment section below, you're welcome to. We'd love to hear from you. And check out the description part because it's going to have contact info. And that same contact info will be repeated at the closing credits at the end of this episode, so hope you'll stay tuned for that. From the Bronx, New York, we have MC TNT with us, a very awesome hip-hop artist. I know you're really going to love him. And we're going to get to that in a second, but first, here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show. And it begins right now, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Okay, we're back, and with us from the Bronx, New York, we have MC TNT. Thanks for joining us, MC TNT.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. So I want to hear your story about how you started in music. I mean, I'm sure you always wanted to be an artist since you were a little kid. Maybe it came much later. I mean, everyone has their own story, though. So let's hear your
Yeah, well, at the age of 6, my dad used to take me with him in Puerto Rico. He used to take me with him to Hector Lavoe, the singer Hector Lavoe, to his band. And they used to teach me percussion, how to play how to keep timing, what they call it. And that was at the age of 6. When I came to New York at the age of 6, I came to New York and I lived on Prospect Avenue, 163rd. And that's when I started the Spanish rap movement at the age of 9, when Melly Mel, the rapper MC Melly Mel from the Furious 5, knocked on my door and I was trying to impress him. So I started rhyming in Spanish because I wasn't good with English. And then Melly Mel told me, he inspired me. He told me that what I was doing was groundbreaking and nobody was ever doing it. So I should keep doing that. And that's what inspired me to keep doing the rap and to do it in Spanish. And for me, being in the jams in Forest Projects, the home of Diamond D, Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying? Digging in the crates. And the founders of that area, which was Supreme and Hutch, which the two DJs that began that, besides Mean Gene, Theodore's brother Mean Gene, that was there too. I was about 9 years old, and I started killing the mic at 9, and I was advancing at a fast rate because I was around people that was doing music, live instruments. So I knew the tempo, I know how to keep the tempo up. And I started being around Supreme and Hutch and all these groups. Then on the other side of my grandmother, Tremont, that's where I got with the Herculoids. One of the Herculoids, his name is King LeBrew. And he used to be out there with Pebbly Pool and the pioneers of hip hop in later days. And I started just keep rhyming. And then I started getting better in English. And I started killing them in English. I had my first battle in 1981, where I took the Tilo Rock title, the rapper Tilo Rock. I took his title in 1981, which I was invited to go on stage at Enchevere. And we had DJ Louie Lou, which is his own DJ for me and him at the battle. They told me to come to that place. And when I got there was a battle, somebody battling. And I'm like, who? You. And I was like, me? They was like, yeah. That was the top. When it comes to Tilo Rock and them and the Treacherous Three, those guys was like the top of the notch. You know what I'm saying? So I was put in a position where I had a battle. And when I battled him and I won the title, to this day, they still trying to act like they got amnesia. The only person who actually say the truth about the battle was that DJ Louie Lou, because he was fair and he DJ for both of us at the battle. That was his DJ, but he DJ for both of us because he knew both of us. at the battle. That was 81. 1983, I battled KG's partner, Dynamite T, in Taft High School, where a good friend of mine that used to take me, that started teaching me about engineering, his name is Kenny Scott, that brought out the group, the Force MCs. That was from 82 to 83. I was in Kenny Scott's house. Wow, even before that, because he used to teach us, he used to teach the kids in the neighborhood engineering. Instead of being outside and getting into trouble, he used to take us and teach us engineering and rap and stuff like that. He was a music teacher at the school 28 in his neighborhood. Yeah, it's a lot. I've been doing this for so many years. You know what I'm saying? And then the Black Spades in 1980, the Black Spades had talked to Zulu Nation to give me a Zulu chapter, and they broke up the chapter. They had the music chapter, which is chapter 2 on Tremont and Echo Park, where Trouble and Sundance and Pink Panther, those were the guys that was in charge there. They broke that chapter and made a chapter especially for me from Zulu Nation called Chapter 2, Division 1. They broke their division and make another division especially for me, Division 1. You know, then from there I kept rhyming over the years, doing shows, City College. I'm in a book called From Bomba to Hip Hop with Puerto Rican culture, because my mother's Black and my dad is Puerto Rican. But I was born in Puerto Rico. So, you know, that's what gave me the essence to be able to be out here doing what I do to this day. Right now, I teach kids. I'm still performing. I teach kids how to do engineering and learn how to be entrepreneurs. That way they don't got to be in the street. The same thing they taught me.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Instead of being outside in the streets getting in trouble, they could be learning engineering, and they could get a laptop and a mic and an eyeball, something you cover the mic. It's like a portable mic booth called the eyeball. And they could record people and make $25, $30, $40 an hour, depending on how good they get with the recording. And they could record somebody anywhere with a laptop, an M-Box, and a Pro 2 session.
Well, that's quite a story there. I'm glad you're still doing it to this day, and I'm glad you're teaching the kids as well. Well, tell me a little bit about some more of the influences, because I know you mentioned your one influence earlier. Were there any, mainstream artists that really influenced you?
Yeah, you got the Force MCs, which we used to practice together. Me and Stevie D, Kenny Scott, the guy Kenny Scott that taught us how to do engineering. He's the one who brought out the Force MCs. So we used to do shows together outside. We used to practice in the schoolyard 28. We used to practice there. Later on, I was around Kool Herc and the Herculoids doing shows. I'm talking about outside parks. This is before radio. This was before records. You know, I was outside doing the parks with Kool Herc. They used to throw jams, but they used to let people rhyme also, you know. And I got with the group Latin Empire, and we started doing shows, commercial shows, because I was street and there was commercial, you know. And from, you know, I got to see the birth of Jay-Z when there was original flavor. My DJ Chubby Chubbs went with them, and they created, they put him down with original flavor. That was his group. He asked me, yo, TNT, I'm going to go. Now he DJ for 50 now, DJ Chubby Chubbs, but that used to be my DJs back in the days. And, you know, I've been around the greats, Melly Mel. I know Kaz. I know Tony Tone was the guy who taught me how, Tony Tone from the Cold Crush taught me how to rhyme and DJ at the same time as a kid. He used to come to the schoolyard and show us.
Well, those are some great influences there. I remember a couple of those people anyway, for sure. Well, how can we find you? I mean, I'm sure you're on all streaming media, but do you have an official website, any social media you want to tell everybody? Go ahead.
Got the real MCT on the gram, TNT on Facebook, TNT on everything, TikTok, everything.
Okay.
Right now we fighting Spotify, because they trying to steal people's publishing and stuff like that. Because my song was getting a lot of numbers, and since I'm not signed to a major label, they trying to trick us into losing our streams and stuff, so they don't have to pay. They're doing that to a lot of artists, and right now I don't even want to deal with Spotify. I'd rather deal with Apple Music and stuff like that, because they trying to steal everybody's money right now.
Right. Okay. Well, check out most of those social media sites and streaming sites. I know he would love you for that. And we're getting ready to play this song. Tell us the name of the song and the story behind it. We'd love to hear about it.
The story is In the Ghetto, and I'm talking about the poverty and the stuff that happens in the ghetto, how people snake you, things that happen in the ghetto. And I had Lucky Bling and Coke La Rock came out for that, telling them, you know, TNT is the creator of Spanish rap before it was on record. Because a lot of people wasn't in the jams. A lot of people knew people and got to get record deals and flew from being an artist to getting signed and to making a record. They didn't do a lot of legwork. Like, they had to be out here in the jams, behind the ropes, dancing. You had to do a bunch of things just to get to where you need to get to. Now, you could just go to Spotify. You could just get your music on, but it wasn't like that back in the day. You had to make cassettes. You had to, you know what I'm saying? And the song right now, In the Ghetto, featuring Coke La Rock. Coke La Rock came out, you know what I'm saying, to show his face, letting them know that he skipped the Puerto Rican Day Parade to be at my video shoot. So he says, parade, this is the parade. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Coke La Rock. That's one of my inspirations. Coke, I seen Coke since a kid. You know, Coke La Rock is a true legend, which a lot of people even try to take that from him. You know what I'm saying? And imagine, he got flyers that show him at these places, and they still try to fight it. They still they don't want him to be who he is, but he's the father MC, you know what I'm saying? It's him and Melly Mel under him, and then I'm on the Mel. Mel was a kid on the him, and I was a kid on the Mel, Melly Mel.
Well, it is a great song. I really love it. I know all you out there are going to love it too. And we're getting ready to play that in just a second, though. But MC TNT, thank you so much for being on the show. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. We'd love to have you back sometime.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me, and thank you very much. It's a blessing, and I'm honored.
Okay. Well, here it is, In the Ghetto by MC TNT. That begins right now.
This is legendary right here. This is what hip-hop is all about. This is a culture that doesn't stop. This is going to keep on elevating to the infinity. This is legendary. We got TNT, the man that created Spanish rap.
That's why I'm out here.
That's why we over here representing, supporting.
Before the parade. This is the parade.
That's right.
Poquito, están los jodedores también. Estamos en el ghetto y cuidado que hay matadores también. Yo, we in the ghetto. Porque estoy como un vaquero. Should I side with the Lord or become a bandolero? Should I marry, settle down, go to Sue's? Fuck with cueros. Días pasan en el ghetto de esta. Yo vivo la tormenta, no sleep, no shorts con los chavos de la renta. My kids in the ghetto, pai. Dime que se cuenta. Es un cine lo que hay. En forma de cámara lenta. The ghetto is a tormenta, leaving raindrops on my cabeza. It will reveal if you're real, if you're sweet like menta, if your brief is on the knee, if you wear pantaletas, if you pack a real gun, or if you got the water metra. So when you see me, don't try to squirt me in the ojo, cause I got them lead plomos that'll leave your men cojo. I'm the reason why your man left without a cholo. Ran to his block and told him it was 15 cocolos. In the ghetto, and just a word for settle. For the way you walk, for the love of the dinero. In the ghetto, and just a word for settle. For the way you walk, for the love of the dinero. In the ghetto, and just a word for settle. For the way you walk, for the love of the dinero. In the ghetto, and just a word for settle. For the way you walk, for the love of the dinero. I'm in the ghetto with thugs, slugs, and tortilleros every day I see. Quien se muere primero in the ghetto is hard. No puedes darle espalda. You either die from them thug of the streets or from the wild guys. People see me in the street, they always say, bro, thick like this type, right? Y nunca fallas, always wild on the streets. Siempre hay una batalla, and it's the same brothers gotta die for that platinum medalla. But I'm used to this type of stuff, man. I no me extraña, the streets like webs. Que no te coman las arañas, cause I'm trying to blow up. Like when you eat someone's lasagna and keep it funky like a bum. Cuando no se baña in the back of the truck, man. I swear they gonna find ya, lo mejor they may find. Una postal de España diciendo I'll be home soon, ma. Y que te extraña, cause you can't recognize the body después que se daña. I'm in the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero. In the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero. In the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero. In the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero. I'm in the ghetto with embusteros that swear they pistoleros, where they got something for your head and it's not a sombrero. Está en el club donde tu bebes le meten veneno, where the chicks that blow just to buy the fake senos. I'm in the ghetto, vamos a hablar de tu mai cuando está en el cuarto con un chamaco que no es su pai. But let's not go there, come on, let's keep it real. Today you own the app, next day you're floating in el mar. But dudes stash work and they porte de la luz and be back in the field. They went to rob your house or fly with a crew. When if you find them robando, they popping at you. Little kids with bigger balls, their huevos ya be through. In the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero. In the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero. In the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero. In the ghetto, and there's a muere por cero. For the way you walk, for the love, for the dinero.
TNT is very nice himself, you know. We was just talking and walking. Lucky Bling, I met Lucky over there one day, but he was in the gondola with women, you know. So I don't ride the boats, you know. I walk the cobble streets. But then when I got to the spot, I had to introduce myself. I am the one and only Coke Rock, first MC of hip hop, first G Money man, cup of deer better, any type of weather, cold or hot, rain or not. Born in an orphan, fought like a slave, fucking and fighting is all Coke Rock played. Because if a freak is unique and that's the freak to seek, I guess before you go, the freak be on the boat. As long as the music not stopping, the rocks are dropping, the champagne is flowing, the freaks will be going. Hotel, motel, you don't tell, we don't tell. And I got Mr. Powell, the one and only.
One and only. The golden hands, the feathers that glides and do all the murals. That's major artwork of hip hop and the one that he made with Coke Rock and 48 guys in Jersey City. And I am the one and only Lucky Bling. Get him.